And they're off.
And you have a start here as you see those blades just gnash against the water, creating those puddles. And you see how fast St. Joe's Prep is off the start. Look at lane 2, that's Gonzaga. Gonzaga flying out to a fast start. Prep at a really high rate still, as is Gonzaga. Prep maybe outstroking them by just a hair at the moment. We'll see if Gonzaga starts to settle before the Prep. They do. And there's the Prep. So it is Gonzaga and the Prep off the start, out in front. Looks like lane 1 there is Canisius. Canisius with a really good start too. Lanes 4, 5, and 6, slightly off at the start, but let's watch for Christian Brothers to take it up a little bit. St. Joe's Prep likely to have some spectators here as they pass by their boathouse. That can always be a little helpful when you hear folks calling your name.
For sure.
Canisius there looking really good out of lane 1 off the start. And there you see it is St. Joe's Prep and Gonzaga pretty much dead even, maybe give the edge by half a deck to Gonzaga there. Canisius and I believe that is Seton Hall. Canisius and Seton Hall locked in 3rd place with each other. Christian Brothers about 4 seats back, and then about a few seats back on Christian Brothers with South County in lane 6. But there you see.
See, and when you're right next to each other coming through, especially after the first 300, 400 meters, that is where that middle part comes into play, because you have to drop rate. There is nobody that's going to start the same way and keep up that rate throughout the middle of the race. And so who can drop that rate, keep the power, and fight through that lactic acid buildup that all of these athletes are feeling at this point of the race.
So still really not much at all between the Prep and Gonzaga. And look at Seton Hall. Seton Hall edging their way back up into this race. Canisius there as well. Christian Brothers starting to fall off a little bit, surprisingly. But 4 boats right now, well in contention for this gold. Christian Brothers not out of it yet, but they need to start making their way back into this race as Prep just ever so slightly starting to move away from Gonzaga. But look at Seton Hall. Seton Hall is going with the Prep.
They're creeping up, and that coxswain needs to be able to recognize that, and whatever they feel that they need to call it. Whether it's a technical 10, whether they need to do a power 10. I mean, they know their belt very well, but you cannot let that slide.
Pretty much stroke for stroke with the Prep right now is Seton Hall, and they definitely looked like they took a little mini move there, and now that move has ended, and the Prep is beginning to walk through the competition. Here comes Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers is starting to pull back up onto Seton Hall there. Canisius starting to fall back just a little bit. And it is St. Joe's Prep and Gonzaga there still maintaining 1st and 2nd.
They are.
But the Prep now up by about 4 seats on Gonzaga and continuing to push. As you see Western Albemarle, your champions from the boys freshman quad, coming to the medal dock here.
Congratulations, Western Albemarle.
Under the wire here in the boys JV8 final at the 2023 Stotesbury Cup Regatta, presented by Toyota. St. Joe's Prep continuing to open up here. We'll see as these teams come under the wire when they start to raise the rate. Prep maintaining right now. We'll see if they wait for the other teams to go or if they just start, and it does look like Prep just took maybe 2 beats up. Don't hate that. Maybe take 2 beats here and then 2 beats again when you get to the end of the island. As we have a nice shot here. It is St. Joe's Prep. Gonzaga trying to fight off everyone else for that silver. But here comes Christian Brothers. They waited maybe a little too long, but they've got some speed now. But look at Canisius in lane 1, Seton Hall in lane 5, all of them competing.
I mean, they are all in contention for 2nd and 3rd place. This is going to be a very tight race. Very, very tight race. I mean, look at this. Lane 1 creeping up. Walking on lane 2. This is going to be a fight to the finish. Gonzaga, can you hold them off?
And Prep takes the gold. Silver
will go to
Gonzaga.
Oh my, 2nd and 3rd Canisius will be very close.
I would say Canisius takes the 3rd there.
Oof.
And it looked like Seton Hall finishes 4th. Christian Brothers in 5th, 6th to...
That was nasty.
Lane 6 there was South County.
So it was too much. It was too much going on. Couldn't even pick it up.
Yeah, a lot happening there at the line there. It looked like we had St. Joe's Prep Gonzaga seemed to have edged out Canisius there, and then Canisius over Seton Hall. But we will have to wait and see the final results there to see if St. Joe's Prep and Mount St. Joe's can sweep the 8 events here at the Stotesbury Cup Regatta. There you see the results from that race. Canisius just edging out Gonzaga by 1/10 of a second there.
Insane.